guys, this is Organically Natural again. I am here. We're about to do a side-by-side comparison, or juicing the centrifugal first, and then I'm going to juice in the masticating juicer next, and then I will show you guys the difference in the juice quantity and quality. I already pre-cut all of my produce, and I have two. Sorry, I'm trying to get around here. This is what happens when your arms are short. I have two colanders here. Both of them have cucumbers, one whole cucumber, half a cucumber, a couple of pineapple slices, an entire apple, just one apple, and a half a bunch of kale in each. These will most likely be what we utilize to make fruit smoothies out of, and not for me to drink, solely because the fruit intake is really high in these. I am not diabetic. I am pre-diabetic, so I still want to make sure that I'm conscious of the amount of fruit that I am ingesting. So because of the double fruit in each of these, I will make these into fruit smoothies where we're only utilizing 2 ounces per serving of the juice, so that I can make sure that I stay within my serving size, and that won't even take me to a full serving of fruits when I break it up that way, based on if I get the full 8 ounce out of each of these that I'm supposed to. So we're going to start with this mixer first. I already have both of them plugged in. So I'm going to slide this back, and I'm going to turn on the machines, and you also get to see how loud each motor is, so that'll be perfect. On this one has a high and a low setting. I'm going to remove this and set this here for the time being, and then I am going to turn it on low first, and then I'm going to turn it on high, and then I'm going to turn it back to low and see if we can get it done that way, because I think you will have less of the oxidation that you would using it on high. Alright. So I'm going to have to do this guy, and I'm going to push it down. Oh, and I got to get a cutting board real quick. I gotta cut up the apple. I forgot to use the apple cutter to cut these up. So give me 1 second, guys. I gotta cut around the core so I don't try not to juice with the seeds in there, but we're gonna throw those in. Fast it's going, but I'm going to wait till the machine stops. Alright guys, so that took about maybe 2.5 minutes tops to juice that. We're not going to go that fast on the other one. I know, because I juice on the other one on a daily basis. So I'm going to set this juice here so you guys can see that I'm not moving anything out of the way. I am going to fold this in half here and place that here, but I'm going to move this machine out of the way so I can grab the other machine. I'm just going to slide it and slide the other one at the same time. Alrighty. So, I saw how loud the motor was on that, but I wasn't able to talk because the motor is extremely loud. But I will set that juice there and out of the way. That'll give that time. Let me see if I can slide this up, because this one is still having some of the juice drip out. So I will continue to allow that to drip in there. Now, in this juicer, I got the same amount of produce in here, but it's going to take quite a while. Let's see, this is exactly 5 minutes in, so I'm going to turn this one on, which is switches in the back. There is no high or low. There's a on and off and a reverse. And the reverse is so that you can use that when you have, sometimes your fruits or your nuts will get stuck in here, and you can reverse it to get it out. But, one more thing, I gotta get the stumper for that one. I don't keep this one with the juicer because I use this for a lot of things, but this goes inside of here. As you can see, the mouth is a lot smaller. So, with a feeding chute. So these fruits are definitely going to have to be cut down a lot more than they would going into the centrifugal one. So I'm going to cut these into smaller pieces. So give me 1 second. But I just wanted to give you guys a true account of how both of these blenders work, so you're not shocked, or juices work, so you're not shocked. I don't cut down my kale. I don't find that I need to, and if I do, I can pop that off with my hands and cut it down. And I don't take out the stems on any of my juices because a lot of your nutrients in your juices are your kale and your leafy greens are within the actual stems of those produce. Alright, so I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to cut that out again. So now, I'll put that in the sink. I wanted to show you guys how small, come closer, that I needed to cut those pieces into. I'm going to set this here. I'm going to put that in over here. Alright, I'm going to get started so you guys can see how this process works. It's going to take a little longer. So we are 2 minutes in of me actually cutting up the fruit and getting started on this one. So I'm going to continue to push those down in there. As you can see, this juice, the leafy greens juice, a lot better in here than they do in the centrifugal one, because these are designed to actually press the juice out of the leaves, whereas this is just cutting up the leaves. Alright, so I'm going to add some cucumbers. And make sure when you're doing your leafy greens, you want to add like the cucumbers, your pineapples, or an apple with those so that you can yield the most juice out of your greens, because that helps liquefy the juice inside of the kale. Alright, I'm just going to keep going without talking. This piece in little smaller pieces. I like this juicer because if you have a small house or you live in an apartment, you can still juice without waking everyone up in the household. And this allows me to watch news in the morning time and meditate in the morning because it's not loud, so it's not going to wake me up while I'm trying to juice. But I am going to continue to drop fruit in here. Now the thing is when you're doing pineapples, you want to use the core out of the pineapples. You want to use the stems in the masticating juicer because there gets built up in here with a lot of juice. And those type of things actually help clean out the juices so you get all of your juice out of the spout. I try to leave some of my leafy greens for the end, guys. You get a little foam up here, so you want to make sure that your juice is going down through the foam. I'm going to save some of these stems to clean out the juicer as I go. So you're going to continue to push down. That was a really big piece. Actually should have got that smaller, but we got it through. Alright, we're coming up towards the end of this, so it took about 5 minutes or so to process, minus me cutting So it took about 1.5 minutes for me to cut up the fruits on this one. And then it took about another minute for me to, or 30 seconds or so, to slide everything over and get started. So you're going to get about 2.5 minutes on that, and about 5 minutes per juice with smaller pieces in this one. I'm going to let that one run for a little bit while I move all of these things to the sink. Get a measuring cup while that's still processing. And I have one of my ones from, I'll rinse it out. I got this one from Pampered Chef, gosh, probably sometime in 2002, between 2002 and 2005 is when I purchased this, because I know my best friend and I, we would do Pampered Chef parties on the regular, so it had to be during that time. Alright, I gotta get my stuffing back in here. Only because I want to make sure that I get all of the juice out of here so I can have a fair game on these. But I can turn this machine off. Alrighty. So, I will sit that there. I'm going to slide that out and slide this under so it can catch any more juice that did not come out already. And then I'm going to sit this on top of here. And if you don't have that, that's okay. I'm going to show you that you can get these guys here. We got a set of 3, which was this one, and this one at Bed Bath & Beyond for like $8.99, $9.99 in the last 2 weeks because I needed more. And we got these from the Dollar Tree. They come $1 a piece. So even if you don't have a lot of money and don't have $10 to spare, I understand that with COVID, a lot of our budgets are either really cut in half, or we're just minimizing what we're spending right now. So you can get these from the Dollar Tree and they work just as well. I don't need to use those, and because this is already dirty, it's going to save me from having to wash more. I'm going to feed all of my juice through here just so I get a cleaner juice. And some of the kale actually fell on top of the juice as I was juicing. So there's a lip that's holding on both sides of this to keep this contraption from falling in. I'm going to siphon this through again. And this also allows me to remove a lot of the foam off of the top of this. So I will place this back into here. And just to, there we go. So just to be fair, so you guys can say I didn't give that one a fighting chance with the foam. Give me a second. I've rinsed out these 2. I'm going to slide this juicer out of the masticating juicer out of the way so that I can give you guys an even comparison. There we go. And I am going to actually siphon this through and then pour it back in there so we can remove some of that foam off of here, guys. So I am going to pour this through here. And one of the things that I immediately see when I'm juicing with this machine is it doesn't, with the masticating juicer, it blends the juices together so there's no separation at the onset of juicing, whereas this one keeps it separated. And then I am going to grab one of those other mesh because they're not, that square is not going to fit in there. So I am going to grab this one so I have a more solid seat in there. And then I am going to, actually that can stay there because I can hold both pieces. I'm going to pour this back into here so that we can remove as much as the foam as we can on both. All right. So with that being done, let's compare the juices.